So, welcome to the Mo Villa podcast presented to you by OCF and Student of the Game. Today, I am here with Zayn and Hader just to have a laugh, just to have a chat about football, about life, about mental health, because this is what this podcast is all about. If you're feeling down, listen to this podcast, and trust me, by the end of it, you'll be feeling great. Today I'm here. Just have a laugh, have a joke. I hope you will all enjoy this episode. Stay tuned because there's a lot of episodes I've got planned and special guests. So yeah, stay tuned. Anyway, I'm with Zayn and Hader to have a chat about. Let's start with football actually, because obviously the podcast is gonna evolve around football. And where do we start? I think we start with the mighty Villa, because I'm a Villa fan, so I think we do that.
I'm Chelsea, but I've got no hate towards Villa. They've got a little piece of my heart, they do.
Yeah.
Been to a couple games, enjoy the atmosphere. They put on a show, so I can't really complain.
Yeah, so proper Chelsea fan, would you say, or just like...
See,
armchair?
I don't want to say like I'm a die-hard Chelsea fan, but I'm up there.
Don't stop talking about him.
Okay, fair.
You don't stop.
But I mean, it's great to see now, like, obviously, talking on this podcast anyway, and just Villa being in the Champions League and Chelsea not being in the Champions League. It's a great time to do a podcast, isn't it? So let's get into it.
A little shot.
What's going on then? What's going on? Got a 65-man squad, I think, and I'm
gonna let you have that one. I'm gonna let you have that one, Mo. But the thing really comes down to, we've got Cole Palmer. We've got a future Ballon d'Or winner in our team. You can't disrespect Chelsea when I guarantee you in the next 2 to 3 years we'll win the Prem and the Champions League.
2 to 3 years.
Yeah, I'm confident. I'm that confident.
What? Because of Cole Palmer? Think?
I think
you don't
the trajectory of what the club's doing with Enzo Maresca, with the Reece James back fully fit. We've got Caicedo and Enzo bopping that midfield with Lavia as a backup.
Mate, Reece James is never fully fit. He'll go onto the pitch and 16 seconds later he'll be done.
But then we've got Gusto as a backup, so I think we'll be all right.
No, I think Gusto's. I like Gusto. I do obviously respect Chelsea. I'm more against say teams like the United and the Arsenal.
I hate United,
stuff, but Chelsea, they don't bother me, because obviously they're below us and we're obviously on top doing our thing in the Champions League and stuff. So, but what about the celebration? We'll talk about the celebration because who does it come from then?
It comes from Chelsea. It comes from, I know you're going to say Morgan Rogers, but it started with Drogba. If you ever did see that celebration when he was, that's what he did. And I think Morgan Rogers must have saw that clip, done it, and then I know him and Palmer had a conversation about, if you score, do the celebration. And Palmer made it catchy, didn't
he? Yeah, I mean, I think Rogers did say in one of his interviews, he said Palmer scored like 20-something goals and he's got this much assists, so let him have it kind of thing. But I mean, both great players.
100%.
What are we saying? What are our Premier League predictions? What do you think?
You want to know? I think City's going to take it again.
You think?
I think City, Liverpool second. We've got Arsenal third. No, sorry. Yeah, Arsenal third. And then I'll give Chelsea fourth.
Chelsea fourth?
Chelsea fourth.
You're very confident, aren't you?
Yeah, I think Villa will finish top 6 as well.
I think we'll finish fourth, but I think you guys will finish.
So what's your top 4 then?
It's exactly the same. I think City take it like they always do. De Bruyne comes back fully fit. Everyone, that. Yeah, it's. I mean, Man City do this every season. Every single season, they start off a bit slow. Then at the end, they just put their first gear and just win 15 or 16 games in a row.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's a joke really. But I mean, what about, we talk about the Premier League and stuff, but let's talk about England, the national team. Do you know what I mean? Who we got? Thomas Tuchel, former Chelsea manager. What do you think about it? Are you happy about that appointment or what?
I'm very happy about that. I think the players that we've got suit the Thomas Tuchel system, especially if he plays like, the 3 at the back, how Chelsea did. I think we've got a solid shot for the World Cup, even the Nations League.
Yeah, no, I think we're winning it all. Everything's coming home. I definitely. I think though, say a lot of a lot of people are saying, you know, we need an English manager. It's England. Do you know what I mean? But I just can't see someone like Eddie Howe or Graham Potter or, you know, other English man. I can't see them winning a World Cup or anything like that.
I disagree. You know, I think Eddie Howe would have been a good
You think
shout.
Eddie Howe? But
I think he'd
you
do
think
solid.
do you think he could bring it home though?
I think World Cup maybe no, but you know the Nations League, for example, I think he can win a trophy for England.
Fair.
What about you, Ada?
I have no clue.
So, by the way, guys, I'm just gonna put it out there. Hayder's here for the vibes.
Yeah.
So, you know, we're just So he's just here to look pretty on the side, yeah.
It's not doing a good job.
Yeah, just jump in when he wants to jump in, which will probably be when the podcast is done. And yeah, but let's get on with it anyway. Let's carry on. So as we were talking, England bringing it home. Just make a few things up if you want. It's right. Speak to the audience. Make a few.
It'll come to me.
Do you think England
Okay.
will win the World Cup
110%.
Yeah.
This year, well, when's it happening?
next year, isn't it?
Yeah.
Next
Right,
year.
no. Is it next year, the year after?
The Euros was that summer.
Is it
2
Euros
summers?
every 4 years?
No. So it's next.
Well done.
Yes, we got. There we go. We're starting off now. That's it. Let's
What about
get
the World
into.
Cup?
What's that?
Did you just say? Did you just say what's the World Cup?
Isn't that Euros?
Can you explain? Can you explain what the World Cup is?
No.
It's
'Cause I'm
not
gonna
looking
lose
good.
it.
It's not looking good, is it?
No clue.
It's not looking good at
The
all.
World
is
Cup.
it?
It's the biggest trophy you can win for like a national team.
So what's the Euros then?
It's like every team in Europe they qualify.
Just the
yeah.
just the teams in Europe basically play for a trophy.
Do you know any European countries?
Get the geography questions in.
You're violating.
I'm wrong though.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know.
It's okay.
Fair enough. It's all
Thank
right.
you.
Just it's all right. Just be here for the vibes, like I said before.
Okay.
But anyway, as we were talking about England and stuff, bringing it home, I'm gonna go back to the last World Cup, the Qatar one. Emi Martinez, best goalkeeper in the world. What he did with Argentina, is he the best goalkeeper in the world in your opinion? Because I think
he's up there. You know, I think he's definitely a top 3, especially from his World Cup performance. That was like quality.
I mean, after what Duran did to Neuer, I wouldn't even say Neuer anymore.
I'd put, as much as I hate Liverpool, I'd put Alisson up there. You know, much as I hate Liverpool,
With up there with Martinez though, you think?
I'd put Martinez up there. Then my top 3 would be not in no order: Alisson, Martinez, Donnarumma as well. I know he went for the money to PSG, but I think he's a quality keeper.
Nah, I think he's wicked. Edison now.
I think he's overrated. Honestly, if you see him, like, I think Ortega's a better shot stopper than him for City.
Yeah. I do think he's overrated. Very overrated. I mean, he doesn't even start. It's Alisson that starts in Brazil, isn't it? And then Edison.
Every game.
Edison doesn't actually play. What about Raya?
Again, I think if he has a good season, then he can kind of say, okay. But he's like Ramsdale, and he does the same for the cameras.
Well, I mean, remember what Ramsdale said in that interview. Ever since he said that thing on that podcast about losing his concentration, he hasn't been good since that.
I mean, he had a good game for Southampton against Arsenal.
Oh yeah, he did. But I mean,
It's for Southampton.
Southampton, isn't it? Like, I mean, you know what it is with teams like that. You're gonna automatically look good. You got to remember, because say you're gonna have, say, if you're playing Arsenal, they'll shoot 20 or 30 times.
Yeah.
So you're gonna be a goalkeeper making saves constantly. Obviously, whilst you're making them saves, you're gonna make some wicked, like, you know what I mean? Some
Good for the
wicked saves.
FPL, isn't it?
Exactly. FPL players.
Oh, I'm a big FPL player, me. Top of the table for a few different leagues.
Oh, for God, I think need to join my league then, because I think we've what we're saying. Let's talk a bit about FPL then, because I know for a fact the viewers like FPL, because who doesn't?
I'll give you my team then, if I can remember it off my top of my head. I've got, who's my keeper? Raya in goal.
Same.
I've got Rico Lewis as one of my defenders. I've got, oh my God, who is it? Mazraoui for United.
Okay.
A bit different.
Interesting.
Definitely went different. I think I've got Gvardiol as well in there. So I've doubled up on the City.
Double City defence.
But my midfield's stacked. I've squeezed in Salah, Palmer, and then Haaland up top as well. So I went for the three big names.
Salah, Palmer. I've bought Palmer in this week for Saka.
Yeah. Saka's
mean,
underperformed, isn't he?
Yeah, the thing is, what I wanna do is I wanna go big in midfield. So I want two premium midfielders
Yeah.
and then Haaland up top. But because I've got Trent in defence, it's stopping me. So
yeah.
what I want to do is downgrade Trent to Rico Lewis.
Yeah.
Next week, 2 transfers. My transfers were, I have Brennan Johnson. So
Okay.
he comes out, Saka comes back in,
Yeah.
and then I'll take Gabriel out and put 8 Nouri in because of the Wolves fixtures and how attacking he is.
Yeah.
But I mean, what do you know your total points on the top of your head, or
No, but I think I'm averaging about 60, 65 points.
do you let it get to you though? If you've done something wrong in FPL or you've got a bench player that's got 14 points, do you let it
I
get to you?
hate it. I hate
It is
it.
the worst feeling,
I
isn't
think
it?
Archer got 9 points this week and he was on the bench. And he's my
Yeah.
first player on the bench.
I had Mikalenko on the bench as well.
Ooh.
7 points. What are we saying? FPL player?
No.
No. Okay, cool.
Do you know what FPL is though?
No, no clue.
It's like
Is it FIFA?
kind of and kind of not. It's like you pick a team. He's laughing.
He said, "Is it FIFA?" Come on, that's. I
So
love that answer.
basically, you pick
Question.
like players and
What is
based on their
games?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like you'll pick a starting 11.
Okay.
And then you'll guess like how well. If you pick say Trent, you're predicting Trent's gonna have a good season and he's gonna be like in your team. So they get points based off how they play. So like a goal or an assist, they get points. A clean sheet, they get points.
What do you do with these points?
It's just like you get entered. Like I think is it
Yeah,
someone
so you
who
have
wins?
mini leagues. So say for an example, I'm in a mini league where you win actual money. So I mean, some mini leagues you can.
Yeah.
So say like if you're in a mini league, say you and your friends now, you and say 15 friends could say, look, we're gonna put a tenner down each.
Okay.
Whoever comes first, second, and third win this much.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean? It's
Yeah,
like that.
yeah.
So what you do is like you just said, you pick players. So now I've got my team, he's got his team,
Yeah.
and if they do well in real life this weekend,
Yeah.
you get points on the game.
Okay.
So that's how it
interesting, you know.
works. So when you watch football, you're constantly, well, I am anyway, constantly looking at my phone.
Yeah.
Constantly, mate. I'll be watching like bloody Southampton versus Leicester or something. If
Dunno how
I've
you could
got
sit through
if
it.
I've got a Leicester player in my
Yeah.
team, I'm watching that game, even though it's probably going to be the worst game of like
Yeah.
ever. But when you've got a player in your team, but I can't lie, I do let it get to me.
Didn't they
do
have a
let it
good
get to
game
me.
though? Southampton Leicester wasn't it like 3-2 or something?
Yeah. I'm sure Leicester come back, didn't they? Leicester
From
come
2-0
back.
down. Yeah.
Vardy's a shout. Jimenez, there's shouts at the minute.
I've got Havertz up top with Haaland.
Yeah.
I've squeezed so many premium players.
I've got Jackson, Haaland, and Wood.
Jackson's a good one.
Jackson's actually been every week. He's been getting something for me. So, I mean, I was gonna take him out to fund the Palmer move, but nah, I'd rather take Trent out.
Fair enough.
Got harder fixtures as well, innit?
So no Liverpool defender.
Well, at the minute, no, but I'm thinking because obviously they've got Arsenal next and they've got Chelsea. So I'm thinking after these
I know
two,
we just
three
played
games.
Liverpool. We just played them.
So they got
Sadly
Arsenal.
lost.
Who have they got after Arsenal? Is it okay? I think it might be Brighton then.
Could
But I
be.
know they've got a tough fixture anyway after
Yeah.
that. So I don't think I'll need the defence then. So then my plan is to bring Konate in.
Oh yeah, that's a good one.
In, like,
You know what it is?
3-4
Liverpool defenders always score. I'd always have a header from a corner or
The
something.
thing is, I'm just waiting on Rico Lewis news because I want to bring him in so bad.
His quality he is. And he always gets
So
points.
good.
The clean sheet bonus as well. When City do, because they've been conceding quite a bit.
It's like, do you think, say like Palmer with Chelsea buying him and stuff? Do you think it was unfair from City to treat him the way they did, like just not play him and not give him the time and stuff? Because we know what kind of player he is.
Yeah, but the thing is, look at Foden. He's on the bench half the time, isn't he? And you know what type of player he is.
It's pep ball, isn't it?
They say
It's like-
Chelsea is very stacked, but look at City. They can build 2 starting lineups as well.
It's true actually, but I mean, they have put down quite well. I mean, did Gundogan come back? Didn't he
Yeah,
from
he's come
Bar?
back.
Is he? Did they buy him back or is he on loan to City? Because I'm sure
I think they
he
got
was
him
at
on a
Bar.
free. I think they got him on a free.
It's a weird one there. That's that. You know, that's actually good business. So they sold him to Barca, then got him back on a free.
Yeah,
Fair enough. Fair enough.
it's quality
But I mean,
player too.
we got to talk about the 116 charges though.
They'll beat it.
They'll beat it. They're
100%.
too powerful. I feel like they're just
I think the news that will come down if they get relegated, for example, like it's gonna be riots. And
yeah,
everything.
definitely. I don't. Yeah, like, see, I think we got to remember who owns Manchester City. Do you know what I
exactly.
mean? Like, their owners are just so powerful. I don't think they could do anything to take City down, which is
Sorry.
annoying at the minute.
Is Hader still here? Sorry, I see it.
What?
I think is
I was
it?
peacefully listening to you.
Oh,
And you just had to do that and just
So,
talk.
so I can see you. I can hear you.
You don't need to not just carry on with the conversation. You didn't need to really do that, did you?
Sorry.
No, I think what felt a bit. I think he probably felt.
Like the producer laughing.
I think he felt a bit bad that we was talking and like you just kind of been left out. So he's trying to get you into the conversation a
100%.
bit.
Yeah, you didn't need to get me in like that, though,
Just
did you?
come on, just tell us what you're into.
Yeah,
Come on, this
man.
is an open podcast. Have a
You know,
laugh, have a joke.
I'm
Tell us
into
what
sports.
you're into.
I'm into sports, but I don't watch it.
Oh,
What about when I brought you to that football game? I brought Hayden. He doesn't really play football, but I brought him to play
I
the
can tell.
football game. Get down.
I can tell, the way he talks about football, I can tell he's never played or never.
Yeah, so we had an extra spot. We had a striker position open. So I've said, let's bring Hader. He'd gone up front. He can't kick a ball. His feet go like that. Like when he tries shooting the ball, it's not something.
Is that what we're doing?
But like honestly, he was trying to shoot this way. The ball's going this way. It was horrible. But,
So I mean, you're into sports, as in what kind of sports?
Cricket.
Cricket.
I've been playing
okay,
cricket for a
cool.
very long time.
Okay.
I'm in a team, everything.
Oh,
Not sure
wicked.
you know, in Coles Hill. Do you know what that is?
Yeah.
Yeah, I play there.
Have they got a team?
Yeah, it's like a Warwickshire league.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm
Okay.
in division like 5 now. This is one is the best one, so we're not far off. When I came in, we was in
So
like
what are your
division.
plans? What are you trying to?
We're trying to get to division
get to
one,
the
yeah.
top.
Because when I joined, we was in like division 13, so we've done very, very
like a
good.
pro club story, that isn't it?
It actually
done
isn't
very-
it?
we done very
Player
well.
career mode.
Mm-hmm.
What, cricket version. What about boxing? Into boxing?
No, not really.
into any of that?
UFC.
UFC.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, I'm into UFC. I think it's like crazy how boxers get paid twice as much as
Yeah, that's mad.
UFC.
I think it's
fighters do.
harder for UFC, you know?
Yeah, because
Because
like,
you're dodging
they're getting their
elbows.
arms broken and
yeah.
but literally they're getting their arms broken and everything. Their nose is broken and everything. And
You know what some people say though? Some people say boxing's more dangerous, you know. Because you know in UFC, you've knocked him down, you're punching him 1-2 times, the ref stops the fight. Boxing, you
Yeah.
get knocked down, you get back up, you get knocked down,
I
you
don't
get
know
back
if
up.
you've seen this. There's a video on Instagram. I don't know if it was Wardley or it's a boxer, and he's having an interview, and he's talking like they've asked him something, and he goes, yeah, blah, and then he stops, and he's like,
Yeah.
and then he stops for like 5 seconds, and then the interviewer realizes he's kind of something's happened in an
Yeah.
interview. He goes, oh, okay, you know, whatever. And then obviously they were saying on Instagram and all social media and Twitter and stuff that this is what happens to boxers' brains. Like their brains slow down or they get something wrong with their brains.
Mm-hmm.
And it clearly showed it. And I was watching that interview and I was like, wow,
Yeah.
it is crazy. I do think UFC is a more dangerous
Yeah, I
sport
think
though.
that-
100%.
100%.
100%. But
Catching flying knees off the cage, elbows, everything.
yeah, I think like, you know, I only got into UFC when Nate Diaz fought McGregor.
Mhm.
I don't know if you remember that
Yeah,
how
yeah.
bad they hated each other and stuff. So I got into UFC then because of the rivalry and stuff. I liked McGregor then.
Mhm.
I actually liked him. I thought he was quite funny and whatever. And then he lost. Did he lose the first one? I'm sure they had 2 or 3.
Yeah, he lost the first
He
one.
lost the first one, didn't he? So I was like, I gutted for him and stuff. Then when I started to watch him more, and then I watched him fight Khabib and how he was and stuff. Then I just kind of
Yeah.
moved away. Like kind of thought, wow, he's quite very, actually not quite, but very disrespectful.
Yeah,
of,
yeah,
you know what I mean? So I kind of stop watching him and stuff.
You think the money that he was on got to his head? Like that's why he started acting like that.
McGregor?
Yeah.
I think, yeah. I don't know with McGregor, it's a tricky one because when I used to watch him when I was younger, he wasn't as bad. So you could say it was the money, but would the money make him racist and stuff? Because he was quite racist towards Khabib and stuff. So
Yeah, very.
Would money just make you racist?
True.
Because surely racism is a thing that's instilled into you, isn't it?
Yeah.
So you've kind of got that thought in the back of your head from young or from a long time. So I think money does get to people, but I don't think it would have made him racist the way he was. But you said you're into UFC. Tell us then, speak to us. We want to hear about you. We want to hear about your life, what you get into. The audience know about me and Zayn.
Go on, Ada.
Come on, Ada. Tell us about you. Come on.
You know what it is with sports? I'm not like I don't watch it, and I don't even know half the players, but I'm just good at it. That's it.
Yeah.
Not to sound big-headed, but I'm very good at cricket.
Yeah.
Like I open the bowling and I'll bat first, so I'm quite good at it, but I don't know much about it. Even cricket, I've been playing it since I could be able to walk really, and I don't know nothing about it. I just play it. That's it.
What?
Honestly.
So how do you know what you're doing if you're playing?
Because my uncle told me that's what I know. Like what I know, that's it. I don't like go into it and what's this player on, what's this doing. No, I don't. I just play it, bro. That's it.
You're a captain now, ain't you?
Yeah, I'm gonna become a captain as well. Season
Wow,
coming, hopefully,
fair
inshallah.
play.
Yeah, become a captain.
It's crazy. Imagine a footballer coming out now and saying, "I don't know how to play football. I just play it." Like, can you imagine how that sounds? Like,
It's crazy.
no, I mean, if you make it, just remember us. Do you know what I mean? Just remember. Make sure you don't leave this podcast. Make sure you come back. Carry on joining the conversation and stuff. But like Zayn just said, money gets to people, so don't let it get to you when you make it.
Never.
Yeah,
Well, I mean,
you're making
how much do you think cricket players actually get paid?
I have
Though?
no clue. What do you think?
I couldn't tell you. Way less than like a footballer,
100%.
because I remember I used to drive past, Edgbaston cricket ground, and the players used to like park their cars and where they're training, and like the cars weren't like fancy cars like footballers with Ferraris and Lambos. These they had like normal cars, like maybe 1-2 Mercedes, an Audi, and the rest were just like normal cars.
Yeah. I think the pay and stuff is completely different between cricket and football, which is quite harsh, really, if you think about it.
Why?
But,
I don't understand why.
Maybe because football is played a lot more. So
I
as the
think-
seasons are, remember that footballers have seasons for how long? Is it 10 months? Is it a season 10 months? Is it
9-10 months?
9-10 months? So footballers, for them, 9-10 months, they can't go on holiday. They're playing week in, week out.
True.
So, I mean, I don't know how it works with cricket and seasons and stuff. Like,
They're not really that long. Like
yeah.
it'd be like a 100 ball game, or it'd be like one game going over like 4 days, and that's it. It's like a 4-day game.
And that's it. And then they won't play for a few weeks or something.
Yeah.
So I think that's why then, like, definitely.
100%.
Football has to be the biggest paid sport, though. It has to be.
You don't think it's boxing?
I think it's basketball.
Nah.
Have you seen the contracts people are signing 4-year contracts for 300 million? It's
Basketball. It could be, because if you think about, if you look at the people like LeBron James, and there's quite a lot of basketball players out there that are smashing it. I don't know if that's because of their businesses. Like, look at Jordan. He's Michael Jordan. He's got the Jordans and stuff. But I don't know if that's their business for basketball. But
Nah, because I've been seeing them signing like contracts for like hundreds of million for a couple of years. Like, I reckon if Steph Curry went to move to a club, he'd be asking for about 400 million.
you reckon
Easy.
is basketball more than football? You reckon
Producer.
on average? Yeah, I have to make sure before I say anything else, because I was actually literally gonna say basketball. Like, I wasn't up there at all. I genuinely didn't think basketball was up
Have
there.
you watched a bit of basketball?
Yeah, I watched basketball, but I just didn't think they would get paid that much. Like,
Yeah, but it's dollars as well, isn't it? So dollars is.
I don't think that would make much difference. It would make a difference with the currency and stuff, but don't think it would be. Say if it's like, I don't know how it works, but do you still watch basketball?
No,
Anyone
I watch
watch it?
basketball. I
So
would-
do they play week in, week out and stuff like football?
Like the season's just started for the NBA. Like, it started yesterday, last night. And then they do have like the regular season, then they have the playoffs. So like if you win the playoffs, it's basically like winning the Champions League for the year.
Mm,
That's what it's like.
yeah. Nah, but I
You have the
mean,
Eastern Conference and the Western Conference.
yeah, I mean, it's like different countries, different sports, isn't it? Like America, it's basketball. I'm sure that has to be the biggest sport in America, no doubt,
Yeah.
no doubt about it. And then in our country, in England,
NFL.
What?
I think NFL's up there.
is it? What?
Yeah.
Wait, the NFL's the rugby type.
Yeah,
Like American football, yeah. Actually, yeah, that must be actually. Completely forgot about that. But I mean, you don't really see much like in this country. It's like obviously they call football soccer in America, don't they?
Yeah.
And I mean, say with Beckham by making it into Miami and stuff, bringing Messi over. I think like football is just getting big in worldwide now. I think it's just worldwide. Saudi, look at Saudi.
They're making big moves.
Saudi, what they're doing is like any player that's nearly retired and that's like 30 and over, that's a legend. They're just buying him and just saying that some of the contracts are a joke though. Like I'm sure it was like 500 million a year or something to get Messi when they wanted to get Messi or something. They were offering him something stupid like
They're not
that.
just getting old players as well. They're getting some of the young talent as well. Like they
Yeah.
brought a youngster off Chelsea and they've given him a good contract.
Yeah, it's a joke. I think what they're playing him. But I think if any player from the Premier League goes to Saudi, they will be named as a sellout. Because look at Jordan Henderson.
Yeah, true.
He went to Saudi and came. Where is he now? He came.
Is that Ajax now?
Yeah, so he went to Saudi. He didn't do well then. Then he went to Ajax, and I remember when Ajax played us at Villa Park, the Villa fans were booing him, and I was like,
Yeah.
why? And they were like, he's a sellout. And I think that's what the English fans, I think that's what they don't want. It's players selling out. Like there's another player recently who's 20 years old. I forgot who he plays for, but offered big money to play in Saudi, and they asked his teammates like, "What do you think about that?" And they says, "We think he's stupid for doing that because he's gone to Saudi, but he should have created his name here in football in the big leagues, and then went to Saudi." Do you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like,
I think like most footballers should be doing that. Like, you know, if you're 33, 34, go Saudi for a couple of years and make the bag.
exactly, yeah.
Collect your money.
You know
retire.
what it is? If you're nearly finished, if your career's nearly done, it makes sense, doesn't it?
Um,
But if you're 20 years old or 21 years old now, and
Yeah.
you get offered to go to Saudi, and you leave the Premier League to do that.
I wouldn't.
It's like perfect example actually. Musa Diaby. Now he came to Villa. He was one of our highest signed players. He played well for us one season. You remember how well he played, and then all of a sudden now he's at Saudi. Obviously, I'm sure we had to make the move because of FFP and stuff. Even with Douglas Luiz. But I mean, just going to Saudi at that age is like,
Yeah.
it's crazy, isn't it?
But a lot of Muslim footballers are going there as well. And I think
Yeah.
maybe the religious side of it is kind of a benefit from, as well as the money, of course.
Yeah, definitely in that sense, yeah. But I think Saudi's becoming such a modernized place now. It's not even about religion now. Like you go to Saudi, to say the normal parts of Saudi, not Mecca or whatever, and it's just clubs, parties, football, sports, chilling. Do you know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
all. You wouldn't know you're in Saudi. I don't.
Yeah.
It's completely changed now how everything is. But I do personally think if you go to Saudi, would you do it? If I put you in the scenario now, both of yous, you're 22 years old, you're doing well in the Prem. You're starting every game. You're not the best player for your team, but you're starting every game and you're playing well. If Saudi come to you and they say, we give you 100 million for a year,
I'm gone.
you're gone.
I'm
You're selling out.
gone.
You're selling out.
I'm gone and I ain't coming back. 100 mil.
I'm
I
done.
can retire after that.
So, yeah, but if you're a footballer, you're gonna love playing football, aren't you?
Yeah, but 100 mil for one season of football. Send me on loan if they have to.
But I mean, after that, it's done.
Yeah, but
What do you do? What do you do for the rest of your life then? What school? Just
Spend that 100 mil.
you spend 100 mil. You'll get bored after a while though. You would spend it for like 2 or 3 months and then what?
No, but the thing is, I'm still going to be playing football. Say if I play one season in Saudi, I'm 22, and I perform well, I'm going to get another contract. So I'm going to still be playing football in Saudi, but I'm going to be on silly money.
Yeah, but remember, if you're in the Prem now, you'll be earning. Okay, the scenario. Let me put you in that scenario. You're earning say 200 grand a week
Oh,
anyway.
nah, then I'd stay.
Then
I'm,
you'll
if I'm
stay.
silly, if I was
No,
like,
but if you're a Prem footballer, you'll be earning the money no
Yeah,
matter
true.
what. You will be earning money. You'll
but
be
I mean,
earning a
like,
lot of it.
say if I was playing for like Brentford, for example, I was on what 7-8k a week, and I'm getting 100 mil. Of course, anyone would be stupid not to.
Definitely, yeah. If you, I mean, yeah, that's true. If you're playing for someone like, but even if you're earning say 60 grand a week,
See,
You
that's
can't
when
then.
that's when it's kind of like you'd have to think, you'd have to sit down, maybe talk with the family, see what they think, because that 100 mil is not going to only support you; it's going to support everyone in your family.
It
That's your
will,
kids.
yeah. Because
sorted.
I remember someone, I think it was Mane, who said like he's built a whole
Yeah.
like thing in it, in his village back home. He's built a whole village kind of thing
Yeah,
of houses and all sorts, because of that money he got
yeah,
from leaving Liverpool. So I mean, wait, did Mane go to Saudi?
yeah. He was
did,
with
didn't he?
Ronaldo, wasn't
How long is he still playing now?
he? Yeah.
Because I haven't seen much of him. I don't know if he's been injured or
Nah,
what.
he's still playing now. He's on the wing from.
We've got to have the debate now though of Messi versus Ronaldo.
I
'Cause
don't
I
think
like this debate.
it's
now.
not a debate.
It's a
Messi,
debate.
Messi,
It's not a debate.
Messi, innit? Messi, yeah.
Messi.
Messi.
It's not a
Is that
debate.
it? We all
100%.
saying Messi.
Yeah,
It's not a debate.
100.
Thank you very much. That ended faster than I thought it would, because I have this debate with so many people. Ronaldo's the goal. Ronaldo's the goal. Don't get me wrong. What Ronaldo does outside of football is like a lot of respect. You know what I mean? But if you're talking about football, just football,
You want to know something? This is my thought on this. Messi can run a whole game. Everything can go through him. He can be performing rubbish,
Yeah.
but he's still probably the best player on the pitch.
Yeah.
If Ronaldo's quiet and you keep him quiet and he's not performing, like you can easily man-mark Ronaldo out of a game.
yeah.
Messi, you get close to him, he's leaving you.
Yeah, yeah.
One body feint, he's gone.
Like if you watch Messi's old games, oh my gosh, like
Yeah.
what Messi did on the pitch, unbelievable.
You watch
He's-
Messi, hate it.
That's why I said he's actually.
Oh, you actually watched
He
him?
was the
Actually-
first one to actually say it. To be fair,
Actually,
Oh, fair play.
I seen like highlights from it years ago, and that nah.
like the way he would run past
Yeah,
so many
he
different
gets
players,
through,
man. It's
crazy.
unbelievable.
What number does Messi wear?
5.
Yeah,
Times it by
close
2.
now. You're close.
7.
Yes, he's got it. How did he get it?
Is it 7?
Well done.
You're gonna stop doing that,
No, it was what did I miss?
You went for a handshake and he just belonged to me.
Oh yeah, but no, good for getting it right anyway.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, well done. So,
Nah, huh?
MM7 it was, isn't it? It's
Yeah,
the yeah.
Yeah, MM7.
What's that?
That's his like brand.
Oh.
Yeah.
And then Cristiano Ronaldo's 10.
Yeah.
CR10.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, you remember?
So
Yeah.
I'll study for that, fair enough.
Yeah. Nah, I
Crazy.
think. Yeah. I think you gotta know Messi's number though, innit? Like you can't
100%.
just not know Messi. Even if you're not a football fan, you gotta
Yeah.
know who Messi and Ronaldo are.
Say it one more
Everyone
time.
knows.
Say it one more time for the
Say
fans.
what more?
What's Messi's number?
Come on.
7.
There we
7.
go.
There we go. He's got
And
it.
he celebrated too.
Ronaldo's.
Crazy. What's Ronaldo's, yeah?
10.
Go on.
Nice
well,
one. We got it. Now, like,
Why are you taking a mick out of me?
You got the producer in tears.
Nah. I think I've lost my head a bit. I've lost my head a bit because you know what it is? It's actually so funny to be I'm doing a podcast with you. We're talking about football and we've got Hayder here who's just here for the vibes. We're talking about football and he's just chipping in saying one word every like 10 minutes. And it's it's nice to see, but I don't know, I feel nervous when someone's just there.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like you should be the producer at this point.
You're just a
You
goal.
should, no, literally, like, you should tell us what we're doing wrong.
Talking about football constantly is what you're doing wrong.
Yeah,
I mean, it is a
but
football podcast.
This is a football podcast, and this is what will get people.
Want to just hold the camera and maybe like position it a bit better? I think you do a good job doing that.
Tell us where to face and stuff like that. You know,
Yeah.
get into it. Because the thing is, like,
Said you're a little waste man, basically.
No, but I'm interested in what you're like talking about though. It's not like I'm not listening. I'm actually listening.
yeah, no. To
I'm
be
listening.
fair, yeah, you are. Yeah.
Because if I wasn't listening, I wouldn't be able to chip in myself. So I am
You
listening.
barely chipped in.
Yeah, but I did. Though,
About
didn't I?
Messi, yeah.
There you go.
About Messi, but like that was it though.
Yeah.
Like,
Well,
come on, we want it. That, like I said, that's what I'm trying to get you
Yeah.
into it a bit more in it. Like get you involved, get
Well,
you
if we keep
talking about the football.
if we keep talking about football, we're going the wrong way.
Okay.
Okay, so what would you? Okay, let's switch it now. Let's
Because look, we
switch it,
talked about
guys.
boxing, UFC. I was there. I was in the conversation.
Just about.
Just
I was there.
Okay.
in and out kind of thing.
Yeah.
Just peek through the door, said hello,
Yeah.
left. But I mean,
Why are you both cussing me? I just
nah,
just-
man, it's all good.
You're a
It's good.
target.
It's nah. It's the thing is like in my if I was just sitting there kind of thing, like I would expect it from the other two people that are talking about football constantly. It's like if you go with someone like, mate, I can't stand the people that love cars.
Cause.
Like, yeah,
Yeah,
if you stand next to like three people that
Yeah,
are saying,
yeah.
"Oh, bro, I've got
Yeah,
this
yeah,
Audi,"
yeah.
and especially like our culture and Asians and stuff, the way they talk about cars, like so
I'm okay.
cringe, man.
Yeah, I don't like it.
I don't like it. So like that's what I mean. If I'm standing there now and they're talking about cars, so now we're talking about football. You're probably there
Yeah.
thinking, "Oh,
Yeah.
here we
football,
go
it's the
again."
Same thing, yeah.
But this is what I mean, like open podcast, innit?
Mm.
But I mean, I do want to get, because obviously we spoke about football, we speak about sports, have a laugh, have a joke. But we do need to in this podcast, we do want to have that serious side of it in the sense of mental health and certain things of what sports can do to help people with mental health. Because in my opinion, I think personally, football can change lives. Sports can change lives. Like when I was younger, I was told at 1 year old I wasn't gonna live. So I grew up. I survived. I was all over the newspapers because the condition I have is extremely rare. Like I'm one of the only people with this type of condition in this country or whatever. So yeah, kind of lived through. And whenever I was in hospital, the story of why I support Villa is because Villa used to come and see the kids in hospital.
Yeah.
West Brom used to come too. Wolves used to come too to the hospitals and see the kids. But with Villa, Gabby Bonlahor, it was just him. I liked Villa because of him. Because I would be in hospital and he would come. And literally, like, the players would come. Remember, they had busy schedules. They would come in, they would leave.
Yeah.
So it would just be like, "Oh, quick hello." Gabby would sit there for ages, talk to me. He'd be like when his manager or whatever saying, "Come on, we need to go," he'd be like, "No, I'm sitting, I'm talking, wait," kind of thing. He'd be like, "Oh, do you want to play FIFA? Do you want to do this? Do you want to do that?" He'd sit for hours with me. So I started to get that love with Gabby Bonlahor. And I know he's very controversial now. What do you think of his opinions on Talk Sport? Because I don't want to
They're
say
very
anything because I'll be biased.
They're very skeptical. That's
Yeah.
what I'm gonna say.
Yeah. I mean that he's very, see with Gabby's, he's a wind up. He will do everything he can to wind people up, even if it's the audience. So I mean, yeah. If you don't know him the way I do, you'll be thinking, what is he talking about, kind of thing. But because I know he's just doing certain things to wind people up, it's just hilarious. But yeah, as I was saying, so kind of grew up and he was there, man. And I was like, he'd bring me signed shirts and stuff. And I would be like, wow, Gabby, he's my favourite player, whatever. So then I used to buy shirts and wear Villa shirts and whatever. Then I remember he sorted tickets out for me for games and stuff. So I'd go to Villa Park, sit in a box and everything because of him. And I would just be there. I wouldn't even know about football the way Hader is a bit now. I was literally like that when I was younger.
Who?
And I would just...
Who?
Me?
No, Hader. Who? Who's Hader?
Oh, Hader. Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, that's a
sorry,
good
Hader.
one. Got a round of
Well done.
applause for that.
Hader.
10-1, is it?
Yeah, it probably is 10-1.
Probably it's about 10-1
Ref
right now.
sinks. Oh.
But the way Hader is right now, literally that's how I was, man.
Yeah.
I was literally at watching football in the box, whatever, having all this nice food and watching the game, having a laugh. I wouldn't even be watching football. I'd literally just be watching Gabby.
Yeah.
Soon as he got taken off or whatever, I wasn't watching the game.
Yeah.
Mm.
And then I kind of started to love football
Mm.
after I kept watching it and whatever. And then it was Villa. And then Gabby left. And then it was Jack Grealish.
Yeah.
So I knew Jack when Gabby was getting a bit older, Jack was coming into the the academy, coming into slowly the first team a bit. So I've got this video on YouTube, I've done a few videos with ABTV with Jack and Gabby and whatever. And I started to get to know Jack, and I think because of everything Gabby did for me, like Jack kind of saw what he did for me and stuff, and Jack kind of kept that contact with me.
Yeah.
So like now, till this day, I mean, he left Villa. It was gutting to see and whatever, but he still speaks to me like to this day, both of them. So I mean that's the reason. Like that's the reason why I do support Villa. But it's crazy when you go all the way back, and when I talk about the mental side of it, what it did for me, like growing up. If Gabby hadn't come to the hospitals and stuff, or the Villa players or whatever didn't, imagine like life would have been different. Because I'm growing up now, and I go through a lot of hardship, like a lot. But I get a season ticket from Villa every season
Yeah.
for free. Just give me a season ticket every season to watch it. So I've got something to look forward to now every week.
Yeah.
So it's like mentally, it really does affect you, like in a good way. But we do need to speak about, if you haven't got football, what do you do in that situation?
I think this is where I kind of want to talk about, OCF, if we're allowed, like,
Yeah.
because OCF, we actually deliver it like a variety of different sports.
Mm-hmm.
So we've got like the cricket running, we've got football running,
Yeah.
we've got youth club sessions running where we've got like
Yeah.
different multi sports, and we've seen a rise in young people attending those sessions.
Yes, yeah.
And from the young people that do attend, they come from 3 different schools mainly. One, I'm not going to say the names, but they're all closely together. And they've got like a rivalry because, if the schools are quite close, you always got that rivalry.
It always is, yeah.
And what we found out, those boys never used to like go into one of the schools that, say, if this, we're going to name them A, B, and C, the schools.
Okay.
So if the school football session was in school C, the people from school A and B wouldn't really want to attend it because it's in that school, they don't like it.
Yeah.
But once we kind of spoke with the young people in the different schools and told them, look, you come here, nothing's going to happen, it's a safe place. A lot of the young people made friends with people in all the different schools.
Yeah, yeah.
And that's kind of broke that barrier down between those young people. And now we're seeing a lot of those friends, like from all the different schools, connect together, go out together in the local community. And it's definitely a good site, not just for the community, but for the young people themselves.
It definitely is, because I mean, like, like mental health wise and stuff like that. Kids these days, if they're going through something, they'll go onto the wrong path.
Yeah.
Straight away. And I mean, the society we live in now, it's like people listen to their favorite rappers and want to be them, and then they'll go out there and do what they do. Do you know what I mean? It's the world we live in now. That's why things like OCF are just. We need things like this in our communities, really, because if we don't have things like this in our communities, the country would just break down.
Mm-hmm.
We'd
What
have
do
a
you
rise in gangs, a rise in crime, a rise in. If you think about how many people now say, so tell me a bit about how much people say come to these sessions and stuff.
So the football session's kind of like our biggest hit. We've
Yeah.
got over 100 young people signed
Look
up.
at that, wicked.
I think we've delivered it for about 20 weeks.
20, wow, okay.
So over 100 young people have signed up and attend the sessions.
Okay.
We're averaging, I'd say, about 50 young people each session.
And
that's on.
how often is a session?
It's once a week and it's only for an hour. But that's obviously because of like funding
Yeah.
and etc. But obviously the young people, it's all mixed ability. We'll have the older kids on one pitch and the younger kids on another, and we just get them into like different teams and we make it competitive. So the first team score 2 goals will stay on, and then they'll
Yeah.
switch with the others, and it gets very competitive. Like they all want to win. You can see like how they're playing, that they want to like make sure they can get that goal so they can carry on playing. Because again, it's only an hour. They want to stay on as long as
Of
possible.
course, yeah. What are the age groups? Would you
So we do football is for ages 10 to 16.
10 to 16? Okay, that's and then is that all sports 10 to 16 or is it?
Yeah, that's what
Yeah.
we work with 10 to 16-year-olds. The youth clubs, like we did have one where we was getting like younger people that were quite younger.
Mhm.
But again, with the staffing, like obviously
Yeah.
they really want to work with the older ones because what our goals are is to help them with their unemployability.
Yeah.
So we want to help them with the employment side of things. So
Yeah.
we work with like a core group where we've helped upskill them by putting them on courses such as like first aid. We're looking at the FA refereeing courses so we can get them some work
Yeah.
on the
Yeah.
weekends, and then it also builds like the confidence,
Of course,
resilience, the organization, and it's something good that a lot of people ain't doing. And
So I mean, what would you say your role is?
so my role, like I'll explain it. It's more like I help set up the projects. So the
Okay.
projects in local communities. So the sports stuff, the employability stuff, and the skilling, upskilling. So my role is obviously I'll support with the sports. It's mainly Hader that takes a role on delivering. So the
Okay.
cricket is all him.
Yeah.
Like he absolutely like doesn't make for an apprentice. You wouldn't imagine if you just came and sat in and watched his session because
Yeah.
he's doing stuff that like qualified coaches aren't even doing. The way that he
Yeah.
works one to one with the young people, and he's seen an improvement in a lot of their games. Ain't that right, Hader?
Yeah.
You
Because
know what?
when they first come to me, they didn't even like cricket. It's just because their friends are coming, they're coming,
Mhm.
and now they're on the same level as their friends.
Yeah.
They're
Now
like,
they kind of love cricket.
yeah,
Yeah.
they're really good at it as well. They're like, we didn't know we was good at this until we came here. So it's given a positive effect.
It's amazing, but I think what do you think now? If you're looking at the audience now, and say for an example, we had like 10,000 people watching us right now.
Mhm.
What would your message be to them? And I mean, not just a message, but what do you want that the audience can help with to make OCF better? Say like as in funding wise and stuff like that.
I feel like to make OCF better, it's definitely like the squad and the team is quite small, I'd say. Like it's mainly me and Hader just delivering all the sports sessions. Again, but that comes down to funding. Like we can't afford to employ another staff member as well as running the sessions. It's kind of balancing it out. So I would say definitely if we could get a bigger team and we could expand. So instead of just working in the Allen Rock community, we could branch out to the whole of East Birmingham.
So is it just the Allen Rock community that you guys are working with now?
Yeah.
Okay. See, I mean, this is say the podcast now, Student of the Game, OCF, my podcast, the Mo Villa podcast. This is what we want. This is it. We want a laugh. We want a joke. We want, our podcast people to listen to it and stuff. But we want to make a difference. We want to
100%.
change. I personally, with this podcast, like I've done podcasting before and I've had special guests and stuff on there, which I'm hoping to do with this podcast. And my message always is wanting to make a difference in the communities out there, inspiring, public speaking. I don't know if you was here at was it that last event at the school?
Yeah. Prince Albert High
That
School.
was it.
Yeah,
that was
yeah,
it.
yeah.
Did you see the talk I did at the
Yeah,
end?
I was there.
So I mean, see things like that is what the difference I want to make, and obviously I'm hoping we can make together to help the community change. Obviously we can't change everyone, but I mean if someone's struggling out there mentally and they've got us to turn to, they've got you to turn to also, if they could, if they're struggling mentally and they're playing cricket with you now, and they might say, look, I'm struggling with this, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And this is where we could help them, and OCF can make a massive difference. And even listening to this podcast, like I've listened to podcasts before or stuff before, and it's literally sometimes it's just one thing someone can say that can get stuck into your head,
Yeah.
and you can just keep thinking it. Do you know what I mean? Like all it takes is for one thing. So yeah, like I mean, making a difference is obviously what we want to do with the community and stuff. But I mean, look, first episode of the Mo Villa podcast, presented by Student of the Game, presented by OCF. We're here to make a difference. We're here to make a change. We're here to have a laugh, a joke, and we're here to help our listeners and viewers mentally. And I think just before we do end the show and end the podcast, it's very important we all put out a message, each of us, to the community on, say, now I'm gonna ask you now, if I was the community, what can I do to help myself mentally? As an OCF member, what would your message be to someone struggling mentally and struggling with mental health, and someone that's...
I'd say speak to someone. Don't keep everything inside, waiting for a burst. Make sure you've got someone you could talk to. If you don't have someone to talk to, OCF's open to anyone, honestly.
Yes, yeah.
Like, you can just come in, have a conversation with one of the staff members. We're not going to hold nothing against you. We're here to help, and we want to help.
Yeah. And
So after every hardship, there's ease. So if you have nobody to talk to, as he said, OCF are there for you.
yeah,
You can come to the cricket sessions, come to the football sessions, have a laugh. Even if you don't like playing, just come anyways.
just
Come with
anyway.
your friends, see what's happening. You know what I mean?
And I mean, how can listeners or the audience, or how can they contact?
The
OCF.
best way, I would say, is if you go onto the OCF Instagram page, which is OCF Brum. It's got all the details, so it'll have my email, it'll have Hayder's email,
cool.
it'll have all the posters for the sessions that we deliver, so you can just easily find out any information off there.
Yeah, so it's very important to get that out there, because like I've said a few times now in this podcast, we're all here to be happy, have a joke and have a laugh, talk about the best thing ever, Hayder's favourite sport, football. You know, we're all here to do this, but it's very important we get the message out there to help anyone struggling mentally, because we've all been there. You know, I've been there. You know, a lot of people have been there, and it's not a nice place to be in at all. So I just want to say to everyone listening, before I end the show, if you are struggling with anything mentally, contact OCF, the Instagram page, OCF Brum. My Instagram page is mo.villa20. Contact me. I've been through many hardships, and you know, if you want to tell me anything, you can. And yeah, just thank you very much for listening. We've got some great episodes coming up. We've got special guests coming on. We've got a lot to talk about, man. We've got, you know, football, Villa doing you know what they should be doing, top 4. We've got Chelsea. Where are Chelsea at the minute?
We don't talk about that.
Playing European football, not Champions League, is it? Okay, yeah. So, yeah, we got all that to talk about anyway. But yeah, guys, thanks for listening. Take care. God bless.